You've set up your n8n workspace, created a new workflow, and added a couple of nodes. Everything works perfectly until you decide to add some Google services to your automation. You click the node, try linking your Google account, and then you get hit by this complex screen. Everything starts looking confusing, especially when many others online are simply signing in with their Google accounts in one click. But if you've seen such videos, you might have missed the simple difference between them and you. They are on n8n Cloud, and you are on local. For those on cloud, the n8n team has already done all the backend setup, allowing their paying users to just click and get on with it. But for those of us on the local version, we have to handle it ourselves. We have to get our hands dirty. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how. I'm Redsec, and welcome to my channel. So to get started, you need to come over to the Google Cloud website. As a new user, you might get the welcome screen modal. Just accept the terms of services and move on. To use this, we'll need to create a project. So you'll come over to Select Project. I'm going to be using a dummy name for the project. You can leave the parent source as no organization for now. This is used to group hundreds of projects together, but since we just need it for Google APIs, it's not really necessary. Once the project is created, click on Select and go to API and Services, under which you go to Library. Here you can search for any Google APIs you want to use for your automation, but for this video, we'll be probably using the Gmail API. So you click on it and enable it. Once that's done, you'll come over to the OAuth consent screen and click Get Started. Once you do that, you'll need to create an app. You will insert your app name and add a support email. Then click on Next. In the owner section, select External, which allows us to access the API via standard gmail.com address. This doesn't mean that you will access your APIs, it just allows us to access it easily. Under contact information, simply insert your email address and click Next. And then check Finish and press Create. Next, we need to create an OAuth client. Under app type, we select web application. This is because n8n typically runs as a web server on our local machine. So just give it a name, although this would appear to users. As for JavaScript origins, we can leave it for now. What we really want to focus on is on redirect URIs. This is a very important setup that, if not coded correctly, can render your whole process invalid. And getting it is actually simple. Just come over to your n8n credential screen, click copy, and paste it in the Google Cloud field. Once you've done that, click on Create. And then we have our client's ID. But before that, we need to come over to Audience, add test users, and add the email you want to use in n8n to send messages so that we can test if it works. We start adding your email as a test user. You want to be able to access your APIs. Once you've done that, you come over to Clients and click on Edit OAuth Clients. Copy your client's ID and paste it in the relevant field in n8n. Then we also need the client secrets, which you can also get from the same Google Cloud page over here. So we paste that in and then sign in with Google. Once you click sign in, you'll see a modal window that appears. Since your app isn't verified, Google will show a warning but you can simply ignore it since you are the creator of the app. So click continue. Once you've done that, we can then go ahead to see if this works. Let's choose a random subject and email concept. Then I'll just execute the workflow to test it. We'll come over to the mail, and there it is. It's over here, an email from me. Just testing out OAuth setup. So there you have it. That's how to get the Google API working. But currently, if you leave your app in testing mode, just as we did earlier, Google will force your authentication token to expire every 7 days. So which means your n8n workflow will just randomly break a week from now. To avoid that, we need to push the app in Google Cloud to production. When we do that, we remove that 7-day expiration limit so our connection can run as long as we want. And we don't need to worry about security because we are the only ones with the client ID as secret. So no one else, except you share it, no one else can access your APIs. And to do that, we'll come over to Audience and simply click Publish App and confirm. So that's basically it, how to get your Google API working on your local n8n setup. But what if you want to add other APIs like Google Sheets, Drive, or any other services later on? Do you need to create another app in your Google Cloud? Actually, no. You simply activate them from the API services and library. That is, you come over here to Audience, Library, and just search for an API. Search for Google Sheets, for example, and enable it. Once that's done, you can just simply come over to n8n and create another Google Sheets node. So you can we'll just simply select create a spreadsheet, and in the credential to connect to it, we can create new credential and simply paste in the same client ID and secret we used for the first, that is for the Gmail API earlier. Once you do that, you'll get another Google hasn't verified this app warning, but you can simply continue and ignore the warning since you are the creator of the app. Once that's done, we can simply give the sheets a title. I'll say new sheet, and then that's basically it. So I'll go ahead and run this workflow again. So now workflow executed successfully, which means we should have another email sent to the address and a new spreadsheet created. And there it is, a new email sent to the address. I'll come over to Sheets, and there you have it, a new sheet created. So it works. If you want to add another Google Service API, you can simply go over back to library and search for whatever you want, and don't just add it. And in n8n, just paste the same client ID and secrets and it will work. So that is for setting Google credentials on local n8n. One more technical than the cloud version. It is actually very possible as seen in the video. So give it a shot and let me know in the comments what you think. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.